As it stands, the UK government's advice is that you have to wear a face covering or a face mask when you're on public transport and when you visit a hospital. Otherwise, social distancing is more important than wearing a face covering. The World Health Organization changed its advice in June, saying these should be worn in public. Here, along the banks of the Thames, the majority of people are not wearing face coverings. But there might be a change by the UK government, especially with Boris Johnson being seen on Friday wearing a bright blue mask and suggesting that there has to be tighter regulations.
I do think we need to be stricter in insisting that people wear face coverings in confined places.
Most of the ministers, like Johnson himself, don't wear a mask in public usually. So Rishi Sunak, the Chancellor, was seen dishing out food in a restaurant without a mask. Michael Gove, the Cabinet Officer Minister, went on television to say he doesn't think there will be compulsory in the UK.
It's always better to trust people's common sense, to give them a clear sense of what is wise, and I think that individuals and businesses are responding well to that lead.
Generally, more people in Spain and Italy wear face coverings than here in Britain. In Scotland and Northern Ireland, since Friday, you have to wear face coverings in shops and supermarkets. And over 60% in Britain said in a recent opinion poll that they'd be happy to wear a face covering if it became compulsory.
When you go to the shops, quite often you wonder if people have not lived through the last few months. Where do they come from? There is a risk, and I think we need to adapt.
My friends and I, because we're younger, for us it's not as much as a risk, we feel, but a lot of people are thinking, oh, I should really actually wear this also in the supermarket, not just on the tube.
If infection goes up and the R rate, the reproduction rate, also increases, then it might prompt the government into action, especially as lockdown rules and regulations are lifted and more people are out and about. They may well decide that face coverings have to be worn in enclosed areas like shops and supermarkets. Iolo Ap Daffyd, CGTN, West London.